Good morning, everyone. Sarah Andreas from Wisewood LLC. And my goal is one day to have an incredible intro that comes in and does all kinds of really cool stuff. For right now, you just get me introducing myself, and that'll probably be for the very foreseeable future. So welcome to my vlog. Today, I want to talk to you about two things. First, one piece of advice my mentor always gives me is face reality as it is, not as you wish it was. So this morning, I thought, the reality of my vlog is that I'm using it as an adult form of procrastination, because you see that stack of books right there? I need to read all those, and instead I am doing my vlog. However, I can justify it. I think that someday my vlog might help one of you, and I think that's a good reason to procrastinate for a next couple minutes and talk to you. The second thing I want to talk to you about today is actually to share an ouch that I had while writing my book, and it was in the formative research part. One of the chapters that I wasn't really confident about writing was the chapter on appearance, and I called Rhoda Troyer, who is my personal image consultant, and she is the owner of Rig & Company Spa and Studio in Millersburg. And I said, Rhoda, can I interview you for my chapter? And she was really gracious and said, sure. So one morning I packed up all my equipment. I went out, met her at her spa, and we did the interview. And it was fantastic. It was so well done. She talked about all the points that I wanted to have in my book. I loaded up my equipment. I went to work. Then I went home, and it was about 8 o'clock at night. I opened up the camcorder because I was so excited to get that information off and in the video form. And there was no sound. None. No sound at all. And I went through several feelings when I had this realization that there was no longer any sound. The first was mortification and embarrassment, and just this, how in the heck did I do that? And then I went through a second thing of, I could really write this chapter without having that video feed, because Rhoda did give me a lot of information, and I have a really good memory for that. So I could have just wrote it down. But then I thought, no, one of the goals that I had with that interview was to put it online so that you guys could get some great advice from Rhoda as well. So I texted her and I said, Rhoda, you're not going to believe this, but there's no sound. And she was super gracious, and we set up an interview. I went back out and interviewed her, double-checked the sound. Everything worked fine. And I interviewed her, and we got that information. So I posted her interviews to my YouTube channel if you'd like to see them. I actually cut it into snippets so it's quicker to watch. So the lessons that I got from that experience was two, and maybe if you ever decide to do a vlog or interviews, this will help you. One, double check your equipment. So every time before I start recording, I actually do a microphone check and make sure that I'm getting sound. It's a very smart thing to do. The second is that even when something is ouchy, sometimes admitting it is a good growth experience for you. When I was leaving Rhoda's spa after the second time we did the interview, she said, Sarah, I'm glad that you had the courage to say that it didn't record right, because it helped me feel not so bad when I have those kind of experiences too. And I thought, wow, that was a really great reason to actually own up to an oops and talk about it, even though it was mortifying, because I just admire Rhoda so much. So the thought of having to call her or text her and tell her that I messed up was just not good at all. Anyway, if you guys would like to see her interviews, they're on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for helping me procrastinate.